Hey everybody, Steve here. Tried to install the cell today. It was like 105, 107 degrees. Tons of stuff went on. So anyway, instead of me babbling and rambling because of heat stroke and dehydration, let's just get to the vids. Hey everybody, Steve here, and yeah, it's about 100 degrees out. So whoever promised cool weather, you better get on it, okay? Would really appreciate that. Anyway, let's see. We're going to be going over the wiring of the vehicle, and then we'll take a look at how I did that. It ends up, we start off, actually I started off with the battery and ran wires, the positive and negative lines from the battery down around the side, then went through the firewall, and then to what is basically going to be the control panel with the switch and the gauges. And basically I'll show you what I did. Here's the negative lead, and here's the positive lead, and if you look, here's the 30 amp fuse. And all I did, if you can look, if you can see that, all I did is just run those wires and up around there, and it goes back further here, and if you can see that down in there. And basically, if you look right here, this rod right here, that's the shaft for the steering wheel, steering column, the linkage that turns the wheels. And just down behind that, right in there, if you can see my finger, there's a boot, a rubber boot that allows that to come through the vehicle wall. And so what I did is just take it up around here, and hopefully you can see that. But those are the wires, that's the boot. All I did is undo that bolt and that bolt, lift this little rubber boot out, and then ran the wires through that and up. And like I said, I pulled out the radio. Radio's down there. And then all I did was just take the, run the wires up through that hole, which there's a lot of room. And then just took some wires, and this is to the PWM from the positive battery terminal. And if you guys get those crimp-on things, man, crimp them on and then solder them, okay? Because those things are, I mean, they're basically about worthless. Yeah, don't get those twisty, neat little expensive things. Just get some connectors and then crimp them and solder them on. So anyway, that's all I did. Let's go back out here, and if you'll notice on the diagram how I had the wires going from the PWM, going around this far side and going to the cell. Well, I ended up to change my mind and to route the wires back this same way and then just come this way, and it ended up, and that's for the fact that that right here is where the wires actually went into the vehicle, and so it's a shorter distance to go back this way to the cell than it was to go all the way around this way and around and then to the cell. And so that's what these wires are, and they just going from the PWM through here, up around here, around the front, and through the see right there. And that's where the cell's going to sit, is right in here, and then just zip tie them in, and there's the positive and the negative. And again, you want to solder those. That's the cell. Like it's about maybe 15.5, maybe 16 inches, and that's why I had to cut out a little bit of stuff there, so that way the cell could sit there, and then I'd have enough room to close the hood of the vehicle. Yeah, and then once I get the bubbler that I showed you I was working on, once I get that, I'll put that in here, or possibly right in there somewhere, and then what I'll do is run the hose to go to here, and this right here is the O2 sensor, and I'm going to try to seal this off. Somebody gave me the idea, Excel Trinity gave me the idea on his vehicle. He took this sensor, sealed it up, used end dust to blow out all the oxygen, and sealed it up, and he said that worked pretty good. So we're going to give that a try, see what happens, and then we'll get some kind of That way that'll probably just be hanging out right there, and then we'll use some kind of adapter to route the HHO or hydroxy or Brown's gas, whatever you want to call it, the stuff that goes boom, and that will go into that thing that mixes oxygen or the air and gas and does that magic combustion thing. It is now right side up, and so I got a little high-speed knob there for my PWM, 30 amp PWM. Got the amps and the volts, and yeah, I know they're analog, but give me a break. And so that'll just fit right in there. And then, like I said, ended up getting another terminal board. I'm not really pleased with these terminal boards from AutoZone or any of those auto shops. They look nice and everything, but guys, those are just really cheap. I'm almost halfway tempted to make my own with stainless steel bolts or something, because those things are a joke. Basically, we're going to take a look at the wiring here, and I tell you what, these terminal boards, these little four connector terminal boards things, those things are basically worthless so far. And then what we'll do, put that in the holes. And basically it'll look like that. Back again, and basically if you see the Dremel and all this stuff that looks like snow, it's not snow. It's found out that on the back side where this connects to, where it slides in, it was coming down, and it was coming down and it wasn't able to connect, so I wasn't able to put that faceplate on there because this was getting in the way, so I had to cut down with the it's not a Dremel, it's a Roto Zip. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. So I got white stuff everywhere. So anyway, let's try to put this in there again. Okay, here we go again. Apparently this board right here is butting up against the very back of this, so I can't get the one side in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and cut it about so. Okay, here we go. We got our got the smack booster, got the cell. It's wrapped. Remember we did that, and where this will fit down here. And we're probably going to use, I don't know if you can read that, but basically rubber straps. And that's all the way to the off position. Turn this on. I just blew my switch. Crap. Grr. Not what I wanted for today, but hey, obviously there's a problem, so I need to work on it and check it out, and at least find out what not to do. So, cool. All right, later.